What does it mean to throw stones? You hear that all the time, man. He who throws the first stone, man. Just know that everything has some type of, relative connection somewhere back in the past, right? They say nothing's new under the sun. Nothing's new under the sun, especially when you talk religions, right? So when you see us digging on an investigation, whether we're digging on scripture, the Sefer Hametz Woe, Book of Moses Maimonides, or Book of Anam and David, the Dead Sea Scrolls, the Targum scripts, man, love to the bro. Whatever we're digging on with a dragonfly perspective. We're not digging on to be indoctrinated. We're not digging on with a former indoctrination, bringing it in. We're putting everything on trial, man. And here at Drop Nation, man, we putting it all on trial. We attempt, at least, we attempt to be a fearless investigation to put it all on trial. So we start from nothing, Then we start building up with that, those contents that we can really stand on as a foundation, as in we are indigenous to America, right? We're the so-called black, red, copper color races they said they found here, and nobody else fits that description. So here we go. We know that we're indigenous here. We know, that, we don't feel like we're spinning, right? We don't feel like we're spinning on a ball at 1100 miles per hour, so we can investigate that. So we don't take no former indoctrination that we got in public school and stand on it as truth without doing, some type of recon. That's what science is. Science is about being repeatable and observable. Repeatable, observable. I can observe water flattening out anytime I put it in anything, any form, any medium. Water's gonna flatten out and find its flat points. Water doesn't curve into a ball. I've never seen an experiment with water curving into a ball with some mechanism imitating gravity, forming it into a ball. I've just never seen that science experiment, and I've been looking, man. I've never seen a snapshot, or a video of the Earth spinning. I just see old composites that NASA says is fake. They say they're composites, man. You just gotta look at it. So then you say, what's the reality? So we're digging on the entire investigation. And what's so dope about the Press to John flow is that you have to combine all those things. You need your orientation. You need to know, is the North the East? Remember, to the indigenous mind, I believe they say the North is the East or the South. I mean, it's a completely different orientation. You got to get back in your head bone. You know what I mean? It's the indigenous mind that we're really founded on, because we got the documentation. We know that they just found us here, so we fight to get back in our minds, man, to get out of the mind of a hijack, to know that to the indigenous, the fox is the serpent. What's the serpent? The fox is the serpent. The coyote, right? The dog, the sinus of phyli. That's what we start digging on. It's like, so what's up with these serpents? Now you can connect that back to Anubis, right? Back to Atlantis, back to these dog heads that's more than just mythology, my naga. You talking Atlantis, you talking about high science. Don't front on your ancestors. They were splicing and dicing and creating all kind of monstrosities, man. Dog-headed people was one of them. Now these dog heads got magic. They can cloak, man. You don't know if somebody's a doghead these days, because we seem to be under some type of spell, man. But it's worth investigating, especially a tree called guaiacum. Seems to be the cure to syphilis, but they say syphilis. Look, man, my nagas, this is real spill. You know what I'm saying? We're just coming in hot right now, man. We're just coming in hot. I'm just saying, what does it mean to throw stones? So we're investigating that, man. We're going to do a drop on YouTube coming up about throwing stones. I want to connect that with the Islam culture, you know what I'm saying? Because, there's different takes on it. And, I'm not an Ishmaelite, so I can't be a part of an Ishmaelite culture. You know what I'm saying? I'm a son of Ibri, Ibru. We're the ones that cross into other frequencies. You know what I'm saying? We're above the barrier. You can't really put a title on us. But I'm definitely not a Ishmaelite, you know what I mean? So I can't rock in the code of an Ishmaelite. So, we dig on what's the code, what's the source of these things. All religions seem to be going right back to this Mercury. Whether you're talking Christianity, back to the, St. Christopher dog-headed situation, you know what I mean? Back to the Zeus, because when you're saying Jesus, there's no J. J was just invented in the 17th century. So what are you saying? If there's no J, you're saying Isus, Isus. Isus, Isus. Nothing's new under the sun, my people. They still worship Jupiter. And who's Jupiter? Is Zeus. Zeus. So they put Zeus into a religion and they call it Christianity. But you say Christ, and Christ is a Greek word for anointed. That's not our word for anointed. So you're saying the anointed of the Greeks. Who's that? Zeus. Is Zeus. Jupiter. They still got you calling on Zeus today. You don't even know it. Christmas coming up. That's Saturnalia, man. It's called Saturnalia. It was banned everywhere. It's the same celebration. They make it look fuzzy. They get to our children and make us feel bad for not getting Christmas gifts. You shouldn't feel bad for not getting Saturnalia gifts. What does it mean, Saturnalia? Christ of who? It's Zeus's birthday. Did you know that? December 25th is Zeus's birthday. Did you know that? And Nimrod. Did you know that? Who's Nimrod? Go dig on it. I'm just talking Mercury, and we're just talking about idols. And I'm saying the reason why you're in captivity, sons of Eber, Eberus, sons of Jacob, Hebrews, in America just found here, is for idol worship, man. That above all other transgressions, man, will put you right here as the tail and not the head, as the tail and not the head. So who's the idol? Mercury. Who's this Hermes Trigonomegistus 3 times great? Who's this Thoth? Who's this Tahuti in the Egypt-Atlantis connection? We seem to be really hijacked by this Thoth, by this Mercury, by this Hermes, you know what I'm saying? We seem to be going through a real life hijack when it comes to this Thoth business, man. And I'm just saying, wake up and stop throwing stones. Because when you talk about Islam and Mecca and walking around that big Kaaba stone, you're throwing stones. They're still throwing stones at this big old Kaaba situation, whatever you want to call it. The big cube. They're still throwing stones at this thing. Now you research Islam and throwing stones to Merculus. They will call him Merculus. Mercury, Thoth. Thoth, man. Hermes, Trismegistus, and many other names connected to Ra, connected to Zeus, connected to Zeus and Jesus. Horus, Jesus connection. I'll wait. I'm just talking about false idols. So I don't fear creating enemies, telling the truth about idols, because I already got enemies. You see what I'm saying? I was born into a war. We were born into war. As soon as you were born, you were an enemy of somebody. I had enemies before I said anything about any type of drop. I had enemies. You dig what I'm saying? So either you battle test and either you keep rolling, either you drop the fear of enemies, you know what I mean, and start telling the truth and start acting right and start thinking about this shit and start making a stand and say, you know what? I ain't dealing with Saturnalia this year. I ain't dealing with Samhain, Halloween. I'm not dealing with these things because they're rooted. And a poo sandwich is a poo sandwich. I don't care what diamonds, diamond, herbal, you know what I'm talking about. I don't care how sparkly this shit is. I don't care how good it tastes. If it got poo in it, it's a poo sandwich. And you're celebrating poo, knowing it got poo in it, instead of just forming a brand new sandwich. Because you're builders, man. You're the master builders. So build a future for yourselves. And it has nothing to do with idols. Just because you ignore them and don't care don't mean the energy ain't real. The frequency war ain't existing, right? The battle's not against, flesh and blood, right? Nah, it's against the frequency. 432, 4 plus 3 plus 2 is 9. Now you're in the spiral, not the 440 loop. You know what I'm saying? You're not in the loop. You're not looping. You're spiraling up, man. Now you can choose your reality. Now you can break through the barrier because you are the children from above the barrier. And they got us in a loop, a religious loop. You're dealing with Thoth, you know what I mean? You're dealing with Muhammad, you're dealing with Thoth, you know what I'm saying? Period. You're dealing with Muhammad, you're dealing with Mercury. You're dealing with Jesus, you're dealing with Mercury, you're dealing with Zeus. You're dealing with the hijack. Who taught you this stuff? Who are you? Are you the sons of Ishmael? Maybe you are. Do your thing. I'm talking to the tribe. I'm talking to the tribe, man. All eyes are on us as we dig on it. This shit ain't crazy. You just want to believe what I'm saying is crazy. But I just challenge you to dig on it. Take the surf the wave challenge. Enjoy the water. And know that I'm rocking with you. I'm just like, sparking up around here. You know what I'm saying? Because I see that the key is dropping these idols, man. The key is rocking with your creator hijack free, not going through Jesus to get to your creator, not going through Muhammad to get to your creator, not throwing stones at idols and doing all this, you know what I'm saying, so-called, you know what I'm saying, customary religious custom of this, you know what I mean? Why do you go to church on a Sunday, my nigga? Who taught you this shit? Oh, my daddy did it. We have inherited lies. Our daddies taught us lies, man. Our mamas taught us lies, man. They've inherited lies. Keep it real. So it's not about satisfying your family, it's about satisfying your creator. To love yourself, to love your creator, love your family enough to say, let me investigate what I'm doing, where I put my energy. Why do I go to church on a Sunday? Did the creator ever tell me that? Why don't I keep Shabbat? Why don't I rest every 7 days? Regardless of what day you choose. Regardless of what day you think is the Sabbath, rest, man. Find a rest point. Weaponize. That's what the rest is in the Hebrew. It's the 7th letter, Zan. Zion, Zan. It means weapon. It means nourishment. It means food. It means cut off. Why don't you get your separation? It's a weekly reminder that you're the seed, that you need to energize the frequency and magnetize. Because you're natural by law, man. Love to the bro. And we are Drive Nation, and we're fearless in our investigation, and we're just getting started. All praise our creator. Allah.